All right, my young friend, today I'm doing this video on how to invest in real estate when you're in college. And I can't think of anyone better to learn from than the guy that actually retired the same year that he graduated college. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 2 favorite ways of buying real estate when you're a college kid. Does it feel familiar, like sitting down on the couch and talking to your counselor who's basically talking to you about your career options, and meanwhile you're distracted because you're on your phone watching Kris Krohn teach you how to make money in real estate when you're in college, thinking maybe that's the better career? It absolutely was for me. I want to actually show you how you can both be in college, work towards a degree and maybe that career, but I'm going to call that a backup option. In the meantime, do something in the background called real estate investing, because here was my ultimate goal. When I graduated college, I basically said, all right, I have a degree that is worthless. My next degree would be an MBA, a master's in business. And I said, I want to give myself a year out of college before I go back to college for my MBA. And here's my criteria. I want to make $100,000 a year. I want to drive the BMW of my dreams. And if I have those 2 things, I am not going back to college for an MBA. And I'm going to tell you, I did not go back to college for an MBA. A few years ago, I did receive an honorary MBA for the wealth that I had created and the people that I had helped and some of the public service. So I guess in the end, I got my MBA. You know what it stands for, right? Massive bank account. So I'm going to show you today how to get your massive bank account, your MBA, while you are in college. And I'm going to share with you my 2 favorite strategies. Because here's what I'm assuming, right? You're a college kid. You're young. People are telling you that you're too young to actually invest in real estate. People are telling you that, hey, this isn't your time to actually focus on career or have a job. You're just out there wishing that you could go faster in life. Am I right? Because that's the way I felt. I'm like, is this college a waste of time? All this debt I'm going into, will this get me where I want to go? For some of your friends, yes. But if you're watching this video, not very likely. You want to be out there doing the dance of real estate because you can make great money, you can be in charge of your own destiny, you can live life on your terms. It's awesome. So there are 2 strategies for college kids, because I'm assuming you're poor. I'm assuming that you're going into debt for a degree. I'm assuming you don't have any money to work with. That's probably a pretty safe assumption. So at least that's what was true for me. I'm going to give you the 2 strategies I would do. The first one and the second one. Here's the first strategy. The first strategy, this is my college hack. And this hack is all about how to fool the banking system in wanting to give you a loan. And so what I mean by that is, if you're in college, if you can, get a job working part-time. Do it to help keep you out of debt. Do it for a different reason altogether. I want you to do it because I'm trying to get you a 2-year work history. You're going to be in college for a few years, right? A 2-year work history. I don't care how sucky the job is. Don't change. Keep it in the same industry, whatever it is. If it's in the service industry, the retail industry, the telemarketing industry, I want you to get a 2-year work history with this job. And it's totally okay if you're part-time the entire time. You can't have a slip, like a gap in your employment. And so even if you don't like the job, keep it or get a very similar job, because once you have 2 years of that, boom, here comes summer. And come summer, you can ramp up to full-time work. The banks want to see a 2-year work history, but they don't care if it's part-time as long as when you actually apply for a loan, it's actually full-time. I've actually never done a video and shared this hack, and I'm telling you, it's a good one. What are you doing with your part-time money in the meantime? Don't use it to stay out of debt. Don't use it to pay off debt. I want you to use that money to actually save up a 3% down payment. Because if you're in a college town and the homes, let's say, are for sale for $150,000, maybe they're worth $200,000, you can get a good deal on one. 3% on $150,000 is $4,500. Okay, do you understand what I'm laying out for you right now? This is the least amount of money you can get into real estate with when you're actually doing some type of conventional loan. So this first hack says, get a part-time job, stay in that industry for a couple of years. In the summertime, go full-time, have saved up a little bit of money, and boom, you can actually buy a home. The first home I did like that, if you move into a house and you actually rent it out to roommates, they will cover probably the entire mortgage and you will be living for free. Plus, if you negotiate a house with a pile of equity, boom, you just did something so incredibly financially smart. That is one way of doing it. The second hack that I want to give for you is what's called seller financing. What's great about this hack is, again, you really need very little or no money whatsoever. There are people out there that are landlords and renting a home, and you know what they're saying? I'm sick and tired of this and I don't want to deal with freaking renters anymore and I want out. So what happens? You come along and say, hey, I want to rent your place, but I want to rent it for 5 years, for 7 years, and then I want to buy it from you. And I'll take care of all the repairs. You don't have to worry about anything. I'll take that burden off your shoulders. And you know what they're probably thinking? Oh man, this is awesome. If this kid can reliably make their payments, cover all the repairs that I don't have to do anymore, I don't get broken toilet phone calls middle of the night, they're going to be excited about it. They may take you on, and all of a sudden they're going to say, okay, I want first month's rent. I want your deposit. They might want, $1,000, $3,000, a small amount of money. Remember, you got that part-time job, or maybe you can get that money from mom or dad or credit card or whatever. You give them that money, and now all of a sudden, you just walked into a house without going through a bank. You got into a house without needing 20% down payment. Now, if you do it, you need to make sure that you get a good deal on the house, and you got to make sure that you have a low payment, because here's what you're going to do. You're then going to stack 4 students in there and rent it out to them, or you're going to put a family in there using my lease option system. They're going to give you $5,000 down up front on average, get all your money back. They're going to be making payments $200-$300 higher than normal rent, cash flow to you, and you've negotiated equity in this house, and you needed hardly anything to do it except for a mentor with rockstar training. So my friends, if you are in college and you're trying to figure out how do I actually get into real estate, hack number 1, 2-year part-time. Hack number 2, seller financing. And if you're saying, but Kris, I don't know how to do this, no worries, I got you covered. All you got to do is click the link in the description below, talk to a member of my team and say, I watched Kris's video, I'm a college kid. I know Kris made over $1 million when he was in college. I want to get on the same path. Can you help me do that? And they'll explain my lease option system. They'll talk about how you can use it to basically make a lot of money on deals, even if you need help getting into a house without credit and without money. So my friends, there are your hacks for today on how to crush it. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you want daily videos on how to create wealth. We will change this mindset to teach you how to be a beast of a financial producer, a rainmaker, someone that knows how to control their own financial destiny. And for those of you that are aggressive enough to say, I want it now, click the link in the description, talk to my team, and get your real education, not the college one. I'm talking about the little one on the side that is the more important one that will teach you the life skills for living the life of your dreams.